Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mayhemic Thursday. Skull. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody is having an amazing day. Welcome from the hot, rainy, humid, cold state of OH, and it is currently 76 degrees. And who knows, wait 15 minutes, it'll either get hotter, colder, or snow. Yeah, or wind and more rain. Hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday evening. Teresa, good to see you. My man, my personal moderator, and my friend, Mr. Ghost Lincoln. Welcome in, bruh. Hope you had a great day today. Billy, how are you? Hope you had a great day today. Hope you are doing well. My man, Scott Hummer's in the building. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Sherry's here as well. There's Gypsy. Good evening to you, Gypsy, as well. Yes, indeed. She said, hello, Teresa. Yeah, she said's here. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying retirement. I hope the world is treating you well. Connie Corso, good evening to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in. You folks are amazing. You folks are amazing. You folks are amazing. 3 times amazing. Blackbird, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you as well. Who else we got in here? JD Prepping Erie. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family is well and all of that good stuff. For sure, y'all. Paper Buttons 19. How are you? How was your day? Did you have a good day today? I hope you did. I truly hope you did. Who else we got in here? We got a bunch of folks coming in, going down, around, sitting. Metal Spawn, good to see you. Good to see you. My man, Jared Talks, good evening. He says, hey, everyone, long time no see. How are you, bruh? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day today as well. Michelle PW, good to see you. How are you? Grit and Grace, good to see you. How's the cows? You got some cows, I forget his name, but he now has taken laziness to a new level and he eats laying down. That took the cake. Yeah, that was good. Hope you're doing well, sis. Gen X, good to see you as well. And everybody else that is here to join us. Little Lone Prepper, good to see you. Indy's in the building, good to see you. Loving Life family, good to see you. Oki Khan is here. Oops, just stumbled into the door. Good to see you, sir. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Southern Tier Prepper, how are you? Yep, storms. We had storms roll through Ohio today as well. So I'm with you, sis. Be safe and keep an eye on all of that weather mess. Yes, Mrs. OVP, good to see you as well. Donnie Gibson's in the building. Good to see you. Good to be back. Hope you're doing well. Loving life. Family, how are you? You're amazing. And thank you for being y'all. That's it, y'all. I said it and I'm not taking it back. Yeah, y'all. Maccabeus, good to see you, Mac. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're on the mends. Hope everything is working out in your favor. That is for sure. John, good to see you. John Helms, welcome in. Thank you. Folks, do me a favor before we jump into Mayhemic Thursday. If you have not, smash that thumbs up button because, YouTube don't like us anyway. So that's the only way we grow is one subscriber at a time. And if you don't mind, share this live stream out. Yeah, folks need to hear it. Stealing trees. Good evening. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. And everybody, I just want to say, y'all are amazing. And thank you for joining me tonight on Mayhemic Thursday. How are you planning for long-term grid down? We're going to talk about that and a couple of things or three and go from there. Tuck, good to see you. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Mac is in the building. Good to see you. So first and foremost, Skull. That's right. Tell him, Metal. Hit the like button. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. How are you planning for long-term grid down, y'all? And this is one of my things, and I've said it for the last couple of years that I believe that there's going to be a major power outage um, across these republics. I hope I'm wrong, but you never know. And if you keep listening to the news and all of that stuff, yeah, that's right. Tell them, Rob B, get those antibiotics. Yes. Um, Grid down, folks. If you heard in the news of the backdoor stuff and the solar stuff and then the electrical stuff and this stuff and that stuff, it's possible. Could it happen? I don't know. Will it happen? I don't know. But that's why we prep for things like this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we all need to do the things that's going to take care of not only us but our families and loved ones and friends when the power goes out. So let's dive into this. PA EMT's in the building. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Of course you are. On the road again. You drive safely, and thank you for stopping in to hear and listen and share and gather information. Whiteside Tactical Solutions. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Hope you had a great day. And keep doing what y'all doing because y'all doing life-saving stuff over there at Whiteside Tactical Solutions. Folks, and if you have not checked out their channel, please do so. I highly recommend it and all that good stuff. Yeah. Mrs. Mrs. OVP said, I keep hearing bad things are going to happen around July 4th. Okay, well, Nostradamus, I'm not, but we shall see. Yeah. Vet Prep said, my money is on it. I think it will happen. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. OVP, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Sherry, welcome in. If I did not speak to you earlier, so let's talk a thing or three first, y'all. And you can make it as severe or as not as severe. You can even ask OVP. I saw a short he did today. His power went out. Okay, he said he's fine. They're good. That's all that counts. I hope the power is back on, OVP, and all of that good stuff. Michael Wolf, welcome in. So here's the thing. Power's out. First thing you need to do, or should do, can't tell y'all what to do because I don't get in grown folks' business. find your family, find your kids, find your wife, find your husband, and find out where everybody is first and foremost. And make the call. Get home. Okay. Let's just say power's out, cell phones are working. Okay. Cell phones are working. Find out where the family is. Everybody should be accounted for. Period. Katrinka, welcome in. Good to see you. Ha. Rob B said, turn on the AC. Yeah. Find out where the family is. Find out where everybody's at, because nowadays folks scatter throughout the day, work, school, friends, whatever, all over the place. Make sure that everybody knows what to do when there's a power outage. Yeah. Boom 22, welcome in, welcome in. If it's severe power outage that there is no cell phone service, everybody should have a no comms plan, and everybody should know exactly what to do when you cannot reach anybody. Everybody should be making a beeline for the house. XNYCOG Prepper, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. All for his kingdom. Welcome in. Good evening. How are you? Good to see you. Everybody should be getting home. Plain and simple. Okay. Let's just say that cell phones are working. It's a power outage. We don't know any other information other than that. Vehicles work, and so forth and so on. Everybody should be arriving at home. Period. Now, once you get home, you need to find out how bad the power outage is. Is it your neighborhood? Is it your block? Is it your city? Is it your state? Is it your region of the country? How severe is this mess? The power outage, how severe is it? Plain and simple. It would not behoove all of us to have one of these, or some type of radio where you can turn on NOAA weather and find out what the heck's going on. NOAA, they'll broadcast, emergency information, so forth and so on. I don't care what type of radio you have, but gather intel. Okay. Don't necessarily need to be talking and trying to get a hold of everybody, but you should be gathering intel about what's going on. And you can go from there, plain and simple. Have a good evening, STP. Thank you for stopping in, sis. Have an amazing evening. Some random dude, welcome in, welcome in. Gen X said, "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia." That's a great song. Yes. But yeah, folks, find out how severe the power outage is. Yep. JD said, "It still freaks me out every time an Amber Alert goes off on my phone." Yeah. Well, it got your attention, didn't it, bruh? Yeah, that's what it's there for. Yep, absolutely. So, find out the severity of the power outage, and ham radios so far are great. Ham operators will be talking. You can listen and find out what's going on in your area, and you can set this thing to scan. Yeah, on the Baofeng by pressing holding the asterisk key and let it scan to find, and it'll stop on frequencies and deliver information and all of that. Yeah. So scan, find out what's going on. Now, since the majority, if not everybody in the chat, you should have food at home. You shouldn't be running to the grocery store for nothing. Plain and simple. Stay away from the grocery stores. Please and thank you. If there's a power outage, the stores will probably close down or run on limited hours if they have a backup generator or some source of backup power. Yeah. Yep. Boone said, where I live, most every winter we lose power for 2 weeks in a snowstorm. We are used to it. Yeah. And you're prepared for it. Yeah. So everybody should have food. All of that goes unsaid. You should be able to minimally be able to deal with not going to the store for a couple of weeks. Plain and simple. Yeah. Family man, good to see you. How are you? Welcome in. And Skull. Robert Bates, good to see you, my friend. How are you, sir? Hope you had an amazing day. Thank you for joining us tonight. Um, we do have power outages. Yeah, we've had power outages here. Nothing major. We've had them go, less than 24 hours. But, we're always prepared around here. If the power goes out, life goes on. Yeah. But there are those that, the power goes out and it's out. Yeah. Exactly, Grit and Gray. Stay shelf stable food. And we know when the power goes out, the refrigerators and freezers, the clock is ticking. And, that's when it's best to have some type of backup power, y'all. And I'm not going to get into talking about all of that because we have talked about that till we're blue in the face, but have some sort of backup power. Don't care if it's a gas generator, solar, diesel fuel, dual fuel, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Y'all are the smart ones. Backup power. So now, after you have your food situation is squared away and everything's going well and all is good, um, water. Load up on water, especially those that rely on city water. I would start filling up everything possible, including bathtubs and sinks, to have water. And you got to do it. Because if you're on city water, sooner or later the pumps aren't going to work, the lifts aren't going to work to get the water to you. And if they don't have backup power to do so, sooner or later the pipes are going to go dry. I highly suggest that's one of the very first things you start doing is filling up bathtubs and sinks. If you don't prep water, if you don't have well water, and if you rely on city or municipality, all of that. Yep, you're right, vet prep. It'll get nasty pretty quick, especially if it's a long term. Okay. Um, you know, I'm trying to remember 2009, we had an ice storm. Power was out for weeks at a time. Fortunately, our power was only out a couple of days, but I had family members, their power were out for weeks. Yeah. So, that's the thing. Tracy Winbush, welcome in. Good to see you. But water, folks, get storage containers. I don't care, what you get to store your water in, but store your water. Water is life. Okay. And while you're thinking about water, also sanitation. We prep two types of water. We prep drinking water and we prep what I call gray water. What it's drinkable, but it's water that is specifically going to be used to flush toilets, wash dishes, all that good stuff if necessary. There is a thing such as paper plates. So you may not have to do dishes, but paper plates, throw them away. Sanitation. Uh, Keep doing what you're doing as far as sanitation wise. If your toilets run dry, you don't have water prepped to flush toilets, you may have to go outside and dig a latrine or use a bucket, so forth and so on, because we're human beings and what goes in must come out. Skull. So sanitation is big, and during the wars, World War One, Civil War, World War Two, whatever. A lot of people died from dysentery and just all that good stuff. Yep. Robert Bates said, I'm on well with a generator that powers it, and I immediately load 200 gallons worth of containers with hurricane or nor'easter approaching. Yes. If you're on well water, I highly suggest you come up with some type of solution that will run your well pump, because that's 240 volts, and yeah, got to run it. If you can run your well pump, you got it made. I'd rather run the well pump than have lights and all that good stuff. So yeah, sanitation. Dig a latrine if you have to, or a bucket, and keep it as far away from the house as you can safely do so that nothing gets cross contaminated. Yardbirds is in the building. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. What did Ghost Lincoln say? JBS, my man. Good to see you. That's right. Tell him sanitation is often overlooked. Yeah. Ghost Lincoln said, I have a year's worth of dehydrated water. Of course you do. Yeah. Because you're the engineer. Yeah. Yep. Silcock keys, right, X. Silcock keys, in case you have to go try to acquire water. Silcock keys on buildings. There will be water in the pipes. Deal with it accordingly. But yes, I have Silcock keys, and they will be put to use if need be. But yeah. Yep, exactly, Boone. I refill cat litter containers for toilet flushing. Absolutely. You got to do what you got to do. And see, that's why y'all are smart, because everybody is already thinking about this, but I wanted to bring it to the forefront just in case, because we need to be prepared just in case there is a long-term grid down effect. And if it is nationwide, it's going to be bad. And y'all know, grid down across the whole country in 9 months, 90% of the population will die. I'm not saying that. It's been told, it's been said. I think the Department of Energy did that study. But anywho, we're not going to be amongst that 90%, that's for sure. Yep. So, make sure you got your water, sanitation, food, information. How bad is the power outage? And what is it affecting? Who is it affecting? Okay. That's what we need to know. And we can go from there. Everything else will be figured out, Circle the wagons, call in the troops, call in your peoples, call in everything, and then secure the home front, secure your home. And I'm not talking about just, possibly boarding up windows and boarding up doors, but, you want to make sure that your perimeter is secure so that everybody knows what's going on. Yeah. Professor, good to see you. How was your day? I got some bagged air somewhere. They sent it to me in the packaging. Yes, I have plenty of bagged air over on that table right over there. And who knows, we may need it, but depending on if it came from where I thought it could, that bagged air may have a virus in it. So we'll leave it bagged. Yeah, good to see you, by the way. Yeah. Bartering. Bartering is a skill you should learn, but here's my take on bartering, and this is just me. If I don't know you, I'm not bartering with you. Plain and simple. That saves a whole bunch of headaches for all parties involved. And yes, exactly. Fallen Skies, Homesteading and Preparedness Channel. Good to see you, my brother. He says, find your tribe, please. It takes a village. It does, especially in a grit down situation, folks. That's widespread. You're gonna need your people to protect you, them, and everything everybody has worked so hard to do and keep and acquire. Yes, but security. Can you take care and guard what's yours? Can you guard the garden? Can you patrol your property? Can you make sure that nobody is trespassing? And if they are, how are you going to handle that? Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. We say OBP. Unknown individuals will be shipped directly to the Livingston man. They will be in a semi truck that we have set up a route that goes directly to Livingston, and yeah, the Livingston man in return will ship back goods and services that are needed here in the great state of Ohio. But you know, security. You got to make sure that your house is secure. You never know. Of course, if the power goes out, um, if you have cameras, how are those cameras powered? Battery, solar, are they internet connected? Yeah. If the power goes out, you may not have internet unless you have a plan to get your router and Wi-Fi stuff back up and running to see if the internet is still there. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So, um, security, secure the home. Medication, first aid. You never know what's going to happen. You are your first responder. Have the necessary first aid and medical supplies by the boatloads on hand in case something happens. No matter how minor, no matter how major, you got to make sure to secure and maintain first aid, triage, and all that stuff if necessary. That's right, KP. Tell them it. Don't forget, it is hurricane season. Yes. Oh, McMoney, welcome in. Welcome in. Said, been stocking up on reusable, incandescent, and feminine supplies. That's right. You ladies have at least a year's worth. That's all I'm gonna say. I lead that stuff up to the COO for the girls and all that stuff. But uh, year supply minimum, plain and simple. That way you don't have to worry about nothing. Yes. Yep. Yep. But Orion Preparedness, good to see you. Yep. Exactly. Yes. Multiple layers of security. Outer, inner, innermost. Yes. Minimum 3 layers. And we do that here. We practice that, and so far so good. But medical supplies, folks, you can't have enough. If you say, well, I'm good, I got enough, I guarantee it, you don't have enough, because I've got a lot and I still say I need more. Yeah. So yep. OTCs, over the counter meds, absolutely. All of that. For those that may have allergies and those that are on prescription drugs, please make sure you have some on hand. Take care of, yes, you got that right, Connie Corso. Welcome. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Right. The fur babies will patrol the perimeters. Yes, they will, without a doubt. Um, yeah. That's what we got to do, y'all. Those are some of the things. Yep, exactly, Professor. All violators will be trespassed. Yes, they will. And then shipped off to the Livingston man and all of that good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. No spam. No, that's not allowed in the convoy. But we'll go from there. Yep. Boone said we had a gang that gave my dogs a sedation. Well, see that's the difference. But well, yes, yeah. Sorry to hear that, but that can happen. So you may want to check on the dogs. All of that. Yes. Fallen Sky said, if you're a traveling person for business, check in with the folk in each state you travel in, make friends. The lone wolf is a dead wolf. Yes. For those of you that do travel, make sure you have somebody or somewhere safe you can go or get to, or they can get to you to help you out. Yeah. Yes. Orion Preparedness said, I have a pallet of lime bags for sanitation purposes in my security plan. And that is awesome. Lime will do wonders in a grid down situation. Yes. Yes. Without a doubt. Yep. OG said, no YouTube, it's over now. Well, you never know. Yep. Right. Loving life, be your own pharmacy. That's right. That's right. Do some def. Good to see you. How are you? Welcome in, bruh. Hope you're having a great day today. That's right, Boone. Have dogs. Teach your dogs not to eat items thrown over the fence. Yeah, my Cole won't. Yeah, well, yeah, Cole don't play that. Yeah, but we got to make sure. Um, all for his kingdom. You know what? Poor as dirt. Doesn't matter. We're all poor. At least that I know of. I don't know any billionaires or millionaires or Powerball winners in the chat. And if you are, good, get everything you need. Church group is a good group to have. That's a great place to find people. I talked about that earlier in the week about community. Build your community. And in your church group, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. And that is a great group. Ed, good to see you. How are you, my brother? Welcome in. Hope you had an amazing day. Tell Tara I said hello. Yes. So, you know, uh, when the lights are out, and if you don't have money at home, you're not getting none no time soon. Yeah. Eloah Ministries, welcome in, welcome in. They said cloth diapers. There you go. No problem, JBS. Have a good evening, my brother. Stay safe and slow down and catch more in a week or two. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, folks, that's, some of the things we have to plan for long term grid down. Now, if the balloon goes up and then it's a nationwide outage, nationwide grid down, all plans go into play, period. My immediate family knows what to do. The Ohio family knows what to do. And those that are in the know what to do, plain and simple. So we got to take it serious. You never know what may happen. And speaking of what may happen, man, the neck that I have no hair on just stood up, and the cup is jingle jangling out of my hand. And if you listen close, y'all, you can hear the magic pour. And if not, the magic comes back, and there's the cup. Hi, why are you running away? Where are you going? back upstairs. Did you have a good day today? I haven't seen you all day. I love you. Thank you for the coffee. Tell everybody hi. Hola. The COO says hola to everybody. And look, there they go. Yeah, yeah. Have a good evening, Katrinka. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, look at that. Hola. Hola, COO. Everybody just a speaking. Just a speaking. See? And y'all bird nephew didn't budge. He's sound asleep under the table, doing what he does best. Now, if she would have said the SNACKS's, if she'd have said that word, he would have jumped up and ran out with her. Yeah. Prepper Book Club, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. Look at that. Everybody just still speaking. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, those long-term grid down situation, I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, we all have, generators and solar generators and candles and whatnot and all of the things for power. And depending on the time of year it is, excuse me, natural disasters don't care what type of the winter or summer or what type of season it is. It just happens. So there you go. I have something to keep you warm and to keep the house warm or individuals warm in the house in the wintertime because you never know. Okay. And summertime, cool. Yeah. Yep. Prepper Book Club. Yep. Power goes out in the summer here and it is going to suck. Yeah, it does. It truly does. But here in Ohio, it could be summertime, the power goes out and it's like 40 degrees. So, yeah. It is what it is, and you never know. Right, Yardbirds? Yardbird said, be quick, but don't hurry. But speed isn't going to help you if you're headed for a cliff. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to stop and or at least slow down or change direction. Yeah. If grid down situation, power goes out, I don't panic. I don't. I can walk through my house pitch black and not run into anything. Fallen Sky says, stop that vision. I have a long night ahead of me. Bruh, I'm sorry. And coffee. That's all I can say. My man, Devil Dog Preppers in the building, y'all. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Rule 2IC. Good to see you as well, my brother. Welcome in. Welcome in. But, that's the first thing. When the power's out, don't panic. Okay? Rushing to get stuff done, don't do it. The only thing you want to do is execute your plans that you have already practiced, written down, and or put in place. Plain and simple. And go from there. I'm going to turn on the radios, couple of radios, one upstairs, one downstairs, and listen to see what I can hear, what's going on with the situation, how bad is the power outage, make some phone calls. I may have to go get one person, and that's it. And I'm going in hot and heavy, get them, and get back home. And that's okay. That's part of my plan. So, yeah. Yep. Exactly, Yardbird. I was just going to say, that's John Wooden. Right. Be quick, but don't hurry. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Woo, 118 degrees. You must be in the great state of Arizona. Do some diff. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It gets hot out there, bruh. But the thing is, Fallen Sky said, loads already. Y'all have an excellent night. I'm trucking. All right, my brother, you be safe out there and keep your eyes on the road. Take care. Have a great evening. Um, yeah, we have to make sure that we have our bases covered during a power outage. You know, I know when there's storms and all of that, the power outages, the first phone call I make is to my mama to check on her to make sure she is doing okay. Yeah. Uh Absolutely. Old Mutt, good to see you, my friend. You see that? 40 years. He carries a flashlight and a knife, allegedly. Every man should have a pocket knife and a flashlight with him at all times. You're absolutely right, Old Mutt. Good to see you. Hope you and the family are doing amazing. I hope the garden will overflow with abundance for you guys this year as well. Yeah, yeah. Hashtag Old Mutt's kids. Yeah, yeah. Yep, exactly, Rule. Think. The more prepared, the less you have to react or do based on emotions. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why you prepare, because preparing and being prepared lowers your stress level automatically in the event of a situation. Plain and simple, y'all. That's exactly what it does. Yeah, exactly. Old McMoney. Yep, got to check on Mama. That's the first person I call. The rest of the family, yeah, Mama come first. Period. And if I have to go get her, I'm going to get her, and she knows it. And she knows what to do until I get there. When I get there, we roll out and we come back here. Yeah. And by the time we get back here, all the kids should be here and everything is going to be okay. And then we're going to start locking stuff down and going from there. Yeah. Yep. But Gen X said, three blades and two lights on me at all times. Yeah, exactly. The roaming prepper, good to see you. Yep. Hope you have a great evening, Pete. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for smashing that like button. I know you busy either traveling, got stuff going on, and all of that. Um, I know you do. Yeah. Cherokee Survival, good to see you. Yep, exactly. 2 years food supply and 1 year medical. What you have. That's right, folks. We got a plan like that. Got a plan. Because you never know. Never know. Yeah, Mama knows the plan, and she's the only one that will be here that does not have duties assigned to her. Yeah, because Mama gonna do what Mama wants to do, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But got to get Mama. But folks, those are the things. Some of the things that we need to think about at very minimum for a long-term grid down. Vehicles, if you can, park your vehicle in the garage. Because we all have electric garage doors. Pull the release so that you can lift it up manually. Back the vehicle in case you have to leave in a flash, in a hurry, or quickly and get out of the way. Put your vehicles in the garage if you can. If not, back them into the driveway for a quick exit. Plain and simple. So that you can throw stuff in it if you have to leave your domicile, and you can get out quickly and safely. Instead of backing out, crashing into your neighbor's cars, he pulls out of his driveway, backing out as well. And then you're both sitting there in the middle of the street with crushed rear ends. Yeah, yeah. So back your cars into the garage, back your cars into the driveway. Um, yeah. Sherry said, "Your mom is blessed to have you. Can I adopt you?" Well, Sherry, you can. I don't know. Mama may say some things to you. She may say, "Shit," I can hear my mama now. She'd be like, "Girl, you'll send him back. You'll send him back." But that's because that's mama. Mama don't give up that easy, and she'd be like, "Nah, I'm keeping this one." Sorry to hear that. Do some diff. I get it, my brother. Sorry for your loss, and gotta do what we gotta do. It's part of the plan. Um, but you may have other family members that you got to go get. Be prepared for that. Be prepared to drive through, around, over, into, with a power outage. Keep that in mind. Please go prepared to get there safely and return safely. Yes, those are the things. Yep, exactly. Loving life. Success depends upon previous preparation. It does. In everything in life. Yes. OVP said the word of the day is squirrel. Okay. Yeah. If you say so. Absolutely. Um, you know, Ed said I carry a credit card from the bank of Glock 19. Absolutely. Yes. Yep. 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 Uh, old McMoney said, been at my parents' house since January. My hubby and grown kids ate out the stockpile, but didn't replace. Ooh, I would make them replace it. Yes, as quickly as possible. Colleen, welcome in. Welcome in. Colleen said, don't forget manual tools, extra fabric, and of course, 2 years of yarn. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Pete said, I got to repack my SUV. Different vehicle is changing how I lay things out. There you go. And every now and again, we got to do that. I got to go through my truck and pull out my get home bag and take some things out of there because winter is over and put some things in there because summer is quickly approaching. Um, yeah, yep, right, Tuck. Exactly. He said, we have a plan to back up to our back door so our car can't be seen from the street as we load up. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what and folks, those are the things I'm talking about. OPSEC. If you need to roll out, your neighbors don't need to be seeing you packing your car because they're going to be like, where are you going? What's going on? You okay? So forth and so on. Excuse me. Yeah. Either pack your car at night or, like Tuck said, pull it up by the back door so it can't be seen from the street. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And I do it. My truck gets backed in wherever it is, garage, barn, wherever. It gets backed into it. Yeah. Yep. Yardbird said, my mom says she tried to drop off all her kids in the country, but we followed the breadcrumbs home. Exactly. Exactly. But folks, those are the things we got to do, especially in a long-term grid down. Now, because I can. Jules, good to see you. How are you? Oh, look at she said. She got herself panel, a solar repair kit, and a tent repair kit. That's what you got to do, she said. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm with you, Gen X. Yes, I wasn't prepared for this adulting stuff, and it is a trap. Yeah. I tell that to all the youngins. that it is a trap growing up. So stay as little and young as you can. But yeah, folks, these are some of the things we got to do. We got to talk about. Oh, old mutt, 40-volt chainsaw and hand chainsaw in the van, plus everything else, allegedly. Of course. And that's the thing. 40-volt chainsaw. I guarantee you there is a generator or two or possibly three that is not far from that to charge it back up if need be. I know that because you're just that kind of guy. I get it. But folks, these are the plans we have to put in place. We have to line up, plan out, go through it, practice your plan to make sure that if something goes awry, you can fix it. You can recover from that issue and keep moving. Plain and simple. Um, exactly, Ed. We're blocking the roads with heavy equipment and closing all gates blocked with trucks and tractors. I'm with you. I'm dropping trees and everything, and we're gonna lock it down and go from there. But you know that's how it's gonna work. Exactly, Boom. Right. Practice, practice, practice. We got to, folks. That's the only way we learn and we'll be able to refine our plans so that in a situation we don't panic and find out, oh, this didn't work or that didn't work. What do I do? But that may happen also. But at least we have an ideal of what's going on. AD 33, AD 2033. Good evening. Welcome in as they speak. Sheepdog Patriot, good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. PJ, how are you? How could I have missed you? How are you, PJ? Hope you had a great day. Skull. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Orion. That's a good one. Remove street signs and address numbers. That is a good one, especially if it's a massive grid down shenanigan going on. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That is good. Yes. There you go, Ed. Right. Dry fire, dry fire. Right, Mad Chad? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what we got to do, y'all. Glad. Good, PJ. Glad you're having a good day. Y'all, we have paint your way from the weekend. The weekend is finally here, and I got stuff to do around here. Home ownership. I ain't complaining because there's some people that don't have one. So I am not complaining at all. And I know a guy. So there you go. We go get stuff done and do stuff around here and keep it moving. Yeah. But folks, I hope this made sense. Long-term grid down. You know, I don't care if you got solar generators, solar panels, medical, food, water, security, people, everybody in the household is home, work together. You may have to do 24-hour around the clock security of your residence. You may have to do that. Yeah. Gen X said weekend. What's that? Yeah, right. So, that's what we may have to do. Can you do it? Because you got to sleep sometime. So that's why it's important to have community. Yeah. D's, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Hope you had a great day. Hope you had an amazing day. D's Ride Service, AZ. Yeah, good to see you. Glad you're welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah, thank you for stopping in. But yeah, folks, long-term grid down. I still say it's going to happen. I pray that I am like 1,000% wrong, but who knows what shenanigans they may um, pull or try to pull. Yardbird said, frankly, I don't know how Vision and other creators get the energy to stream these lives. I've been working the garden and I've barely got the energy to watch. Well, Yardbirds, skull. It's called coffee. And dedication and consistency and whatever else it may be, because y'all are here. Y'all are here. And if y'all are here, I'm gonna be here with you. Yeah. But be prepared, folks. Get your plan together for a blackout. I don't care if it's a day, 2 days, 2 weeks, 6 months, or forever, which would be total chaos. But when the lights do go out, there's some sense of chaos, depending on the scope and the widespreadedness. Yeah, that's an amazing word. Widespreadedness of the power outage. Yeah, yeah. Unique Prepper, unique. Look at that, unique Prepper. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you had a great day. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah. Yep. It's only as scary as you let it be. I'll say that. Because if you're planning and you prepare for a long-term grid down power situation, it's not going to be that scary because you're going to know what to do because you already have a plan in place. Yeah. Prepper 101, what's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you had an amazing day. Yeah. Yeah. Grit and Gray said, prep like grit down will be a reality. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Boone said, get your kerosene before winter prices go up again. Yes, kerosene. We don't use kerosene, but I keep a 5-gallon container of kerosene. Last time I got kerosene, it was like $6 a gallon. I was like, this is crazy. But those are the things we got to do, y'all. And we're going to be okay. Yeah. Rob in the garden, good to see you, my brother. Rob in the garden said everybody in that family group should practice a code word in person. So if there is something wrong and you're on the phone, you can purposefully give the wrong code word to give them heads up, text green, game over. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, we have a code word, and everybody in my family knows what the code word is. And yeah, we go from there. That's right, she said. We all can do something. Do what you can. That's all we can do is do what we can and do our best. That's it. Plain and simple. That's all we can do. Yep. Yep. Connie Corso said, looks like we might get a pole shift soon. We could. We very well could. Yeah. But, folks, we got to do what we got to do, y'all, to take care of not only us, but our families and our loved ones and keep doing the things. Yeah. We got to do it, y'all. And, find your people. It is so, I can't say it enough. It is so important to have community, to have people that you can rely on and that can rely on you in a time of need. Doesn't have to be SHTF, grid down, lights out, nuclear bomb, nuclear winter, whatever. It could be something as simple as, hey, my kid's car's broke down and I'm an hour away and I know you're a half an hour. Can you at least go there and sit with them till I get there? Oh yeah, and by the way, you're going to have to give the code name or the code word to my son so he knows the real deal because that's how we roll, plain and simple. Yeah, yep. And all of that. Unique Prepper said, don't forget the blackout curtains. Of course, light management, folks. If you got light in the house, don't let everybody know. Don't let everybody know. And you got to do light management. Yep. So, Prepper 101 said, my safe word is call 911. Yeah, there you go. Scott Hummer, what's going on with you, bro? If I didn't speak to you earlier, I think I did, but if I didn't, good to see you in Skull. Blue Butterfly, welcome in. Good to see you. What are you doing, Cole? What are you knocking down there, bud? What'd you just undo? Lord have mercy. Apparently nothing. Allegedly. Stop. Okay, we're good. Gen X said, I speak 357. Yeah, yeah. It is what it is. Yep. But, stealing tree. Again, hello, how are you? But those are the things, folks, we got to at least think about. Exactly, Michelle Coldquake. Yes. Yep. What's he doing? He's sitting under the table between my legs with his back to me because he's on guard. Yeah. Happy birthday to your 22-year-old ex-NYCOG prepper. Happy birthday to that young man right there. But folks, long-term grid down, it's going to be chaotic at the least. So make sure you have a plan so you're not part of the chaos and or get caught up in the chaos. Mama Moore, good to see you. Welcome in. Those are the things we got to do, y'all. Don't get caught up in the chaos. Don't be running to Wally World when the lights go out. That's the last place you want to be. Old Mutt said, coming to my house for help, the code word is vision. Got you, Old Mutt. And if you need help, my friend, all you got to do is call. And I will do that. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. See, and folks, I'm gonna say this. If y'all don't have some type of generator, you need to get one. I don't care what size. Get the one that your budget will allow you to get. Get one. And if you need some advice on what to get to power what you know needs to be powered, you're more than welcome to email me or anybody else in this amazing prepping community. Find out what you need. I'm an Opus guy. Opus they've got for the money. Nobody can beat them. Plain and simple. And I'm not saying that because they're one of our partners. I'm saying it because it's true. And if you don't believe me, there's a lot of people in the chat that can back that up. Yeah. Exactly, my Renaissance grandma. And see, grandma's telling y'all right now, when the lights go off, we should have no reason to leave the house. That's right. Don't do it. If the lights go out, you don't need to go anywhere. You're in the safest place on the planet, and that is your own home. Yeah. Tell her, my Renaissance grandma, by the way, how are you? And folks, For those of you that say you got nowhere, no space, or no nothing to grow a garden, start a garden, you go check out my Renaissance Grandma's YouTube channel. She is the epitome of growing indoors and outdoors. She grows on her balcony and she does hydroponics indoors, and she's eating the fruits and vegetables she raises and grows. So we have no excuse, plain and simple. Yeah. Grandma said, when the lights go out, you got no reason to leave home. Where you going, boy? You better get your butt back in there and sit down. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Gen X said, my budget might allow me to get a used AAA battery for use as a generator. Good luck with that, and let me know how that works out for you. Yeah. Yep. Mama Moore, you can go to the description of any of my videos. There's a partner link in there that you can click to go get you an Opus solar panel and use the coupon code VISION5 at checkout and save 5% more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Rob in the Garden said, in an emergency, people will follow you back home from Wally World. That's right. They will. They will. They will, and take what you have and or harm you if necessary. Yeah. See, Rule said it. Absolutely. Yep. And, those are the things we need to think about. Backup power, folks. I don't care what it is. Have some type of backup power for the things that you need to run, especially if you have medical devices that need to be running 24/7. Yeah. Got to do it, folks. Oh, wow, it's 9:06. Look at y'all. See how time flies when we are having fun. Plain and simple. Security, food, water, medical, communications. Long-term grid down situation, all bets are off, folks. Based on how well you're prepared, could mean the difference between life and unalive. Yeah. Yep. And that's what we got to do. We got to make sure we're ready, because when the lights go out, we need to not only survive, but we need to thrive. Yeah. All right, Boone. You hear that? Boone said, my plan this weekend is to freeze dry jerky. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Those are the things you got to do. Have that shelf stable food, folks. Yeah. PAEMT said, if I've only had my Opus for several months, however, have no complaints so far. Just have the 1200 watt. Does anyone in the room happen to have the Predator 200 watt foldable solar panels? There you go, Predator. I have 240 watt solar panel. I have 140 watt solar panels. I have 100 watt solar panels and 100 watt flexible solar panels right there. These thingies right here are the flexible. They're 100 watt solar panels. Yeah, they all work. Yep, for sure. Yep. But folks, anyway, I do want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on Mayhemic Thursday. And again, I pose the question to everybody. How are you planning for a long-term grid down situation? Yeah, plain and simple. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Oki. Um, I have seen those, and I don't know if anybody, I haven't heard anything about how they work and how they are. Um, of course, you can get those where? Harbor Freight. Whew, getting old. Yep, the Harbor Freight Predator solar panels. Check them out. I mean, the worst case scenario, you may get it, use it, don't like it, take it back. Plain and simple. Yeah. But with that, folks, plan your work and work your plan. I want to thank you all again for joining me tonight on Mayhemic Thursday. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. And remember this, keep on prepping because your family depends on you and it depends on your life. This is Vision Preparedness. God bless everybody. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday. We have paint your way from the weekend, and we will see you in the next video. God bless everybody, and good night. The time is now.